Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop and simplifying the language of crypto for newcomers. Now, today I've been working with Grok 4, no doubt, to really drill down to find out whether Grok can identify signals that indicate an imminent breakout or a high probability of an imminent breakout. So today we're going to bring you two cryptos that, according to Grok, have high breakout potential. Now, neither is going to be a deep dive. It's just going to be an overview. And this is purely experimental. So for that reason and every other reason, this is definitely it's never financial advice. It's just a bit of entertainment to explore the world of AI and what it's capable of. So today, join me on a little journey to test out the new prompt that I've been busy crafting. And before we even go into it, let me just say I've been deep diving not just into different prompts, into how to create a good prompt. And I've really gone on a deep dive. I've asked Grok to teach me how to create a good prompt. And I realized that I needed to start again from scratch. So the AI journey, especially in crafting prompts, is an art in itself. And this will be ongoing and it will be experimental and it will always be evolving. So let's just start with that for any of you using AI. If you haven't educated yourself how to craft a good prompt, and what the parameters of the AI engine are, then the likelihood is you'll be getting inaccurate information, which is what I've been getting on a lot of my prompts. And I've just really been deep diving. So again, this is just the latest iteration. So with that all in mind, join me on a lunatic journey into the world of crypto. So it starts here, my friends. I've asked it rather than to give me three suggestions, I've asked it for a major coin and a degen coin. Now, it's not quite given me a degen coin. Somehow it's managed to get me a degen pick with a market cap of 1.24 billion, which by my standards is definitely not the degen zone. So here's two fairly solid projects today that we're bringing you. But the metric that I'm really looking to nail down on is what is the chances of a breakout? So this is about timing. Rather than the project, it's about timing. Now I can tell you that both of these, that the main altcoin is Bittensor TAO. Now this is like the Bitcoin of AI. A lot of people are touting it as that. Whether it proves to be that, time will tell. But this is like getting into Bitcoin in the AI era, or so it has been said. Now, whether there'll be something that comes along to blow that away, we've got artificial super intelligence, which will definitely be an contender to it. But this is leading the way, it's leading the charge at the moment. So if you're into AI, then Big Tensor is the big daddy of AI as it stands. And the degen pick, which is going to be an established project called Injective. Now we're going to look into it. Now I've been working with all of these things. Now you might you might look at some of these and like, what is going on? So I've been crafting a tool to work out what is the chances of a breakout. We've got the mood swingometer. We've got the trend flip switch. Now, these I've simplified on metrics that traders use to time the market. Sentiment velocity. This is specifically for X to work out whether there's FOMO building, which is fear of missing out for you newbies to the sector. So, is it oversold? Is it overbought? And what's the distribution, the fair share metric? Now, the fair share metric, this is out of 10, and the lower this, the better, which means that there's less chance for whale dumpage. So a high score here means that there's a few people sitting on large percentages of it. And we've got a few other metrics, but the overall is this is the moon potential and this is the trust score. Now these are incredibly high. BitTensor Tau has come out really high at the moment. And the degen pick injective. Again, two very high scores there. So let's just do a quick overview on both. Let's look at injective. Now let's go back to all. And we see this started life back in back in October 2020. So this is an established project that hit the bull market in 2021 and made it to almost $18. And then it retraced back to here, back to about $1.25, something like that. Now you see it slowly rising from this point here, from January 2023. And now it's establishing a new baseline, which is round about this level, $6 to $7. You can see here. Now it did trace up here back in March 2024 to $52. And then it's since retraced, had another little surge here in December 2024 when the market was up. And now it's retraced down. We seem to have found support back on this level that we talked on here, the $7-ish mark. You can see it's just below $7 there. And now it's starting to make slow and steady progress. This was back in April. So if we look at this year, we see here, it hit the bottom back in April. And since then, it's been making slow and steady progress. Now, if we go in a bit, we look a bit deeper, we've had a nice little pullback at the moment. Now, this is usually a chance for bigger investors to accumulate. This is the sort of exact point where investors like to accumulate. So I'm hedging that from this point, and it's the 22nd of September now at 4 o'clock, at 12:33, I'm going to call it that this is a good entry point, that risk reward ratio is good on Injective. And just to let you know, let's go down a little bit. Let's look at some of the things. So the first thing is it's a 1.2 billion market cap. Now, this is a high breakout potential market cap zone. This means a project that's very well established at this stage, very well established, but low enough market cap that it still has big breakout potential, big gains. And not only that, we see the circulating supply is 99.97 million and the total supply is 100 million. So all of the dumpage has happened. All of this is really, really strong tokenomics. This is a really, really solid project tokenomics wise. And not only that, over 100,000 holders. All of these add up. These are all good metrics, very, very good metrics. It's on Binance and Coinbase and all of the other major exchanges. This is very, very positive. So we go down. We see, look, all of the tokens are unlocked. This is great. And we see that most of the tokens, or 36% of the tokens, went into ecosystem development. Only 2% to advisors, 20% with the team. The odds are they've taken their profit. The odds are on that. And so all of the washout through dumpage and profit taking has run its course with Injective. It's all out on the market. And not only that, we see again 104,000 holders. So here, what we see is one big percentage in one wallet, which will likely be the staking wallet on the platform. Be very surprised if that's not the case. So big percentage there, which we would sort of expect because they offer big rewards to stake tokens on their platform, which we'll see. So look, Injective is the first and only blockchain built for finance. So this is targeting the financial industry. It's an open, interoperable layer one blockchain, which means it's a blockchain. That's what layer one means. Powering the next generation of finance applications, including decentralized finance, real-world assets, artificial intelligence, decentralized exchanges, prediction markets, lending protocols, and more, my friends, and more. So this is a blockchain targeted at financial products. And if we go to the website, we see it. Look, the future starts here. It starts here. So this is what it's about. Now, when we go down, we can see that there's a lot going on here. It's got a very cheap transaction cost. There's a lot of transactions have gone on here, a couple of billion, 2.5 billion. And this looks to be, you can create a wallet, you can get that, you can stake it. So this is why there's so many tokens in the staking wallet. which I'm assuming is the safe staking wallet. I mean, I can't say definitely, but it's almost definite. Correct me if I'm wrong here, folks. And when we go to the X page, we see a huge amount of followers here, huge amount of followers. And not only that, look, they've just pinned on the 21st, infinite possibilities, injective and soon. So this is good engagement, and this suggests that something is on its way. Something is on its way. Look, 1 hour ago, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. There's nothing that ninjas can't achieve together. Survive, build, win. So there's something percolating here. It just feels like it on social media. It feels like something is happening here, and it's certainly a very active a page. So fun fact that Injective is the first and only chain built, custom built for truly decentralized perpetuals. Every single trade, order, and execution is done on chain to bring forth a new era of finance. So this is an established project in the financial services industry looking to decentralize financial products, which is huge. And there's clearly something happening. Look at all these posts, and not just posts, but really well engaged with posts as well. So here, there's something definitely happening. It does feel like something's brewing there. So that's Injective. Now let's look at Bittensor. Now this is a top project. Look, they've even got the 21 million max supply, which is exactly the same supply as Bitcoin, which is why it's being touted as Bitcoin of AI with circulating supply. So if this turns out to be the Bitcoin of AI, just imagine getting into Bitcoin at this price. Just imagine it. Just imagine where it could go. And this is what people are buying into with TAO. They do believe that this will be AI Bitcoin. And if that's the case, this could be an interesting entry point. So we're looking at the maximum supply. It has a fixed maximum supply, which is the same tokenomics as Bitcoin, exactly the same. And we're seeing the current market cap's 3.1 billion, the fully diluted is 6.5, and we're seeing just under half of the tokens in circulation at the moment. So you see it's on all of the major exchanges here. We go down. And so, yeah, that just confirms it there. And look, the allocation is all into TAO vesting, which we can see is happening here. This is the TAO vesting schedule. So about Bittensor. It's an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network. Machine learning models train collaboratively and are rewarded in TAO according to the informal value that they offer the collective. TAO also grants existing access, allowing users to extract information from the network while tuning in to its activities to their needs. So it's Bitcoin of AI. That's how it's being touted, my friends. And if we go to the website, look, we see a very interesting configuration, some mad dynamic there, probably to do with all the interconnected of AI. So there's not much on the website there. I'm sure if you explore, you might find some. And let's go to their social media. So we see 106,000 followers. They're hiring as well. Look, they're bringing people in, they're building their team. So this is Bittensor TAO. This was posted yesterday. So explanation from Const Reborn on why the chain helps keep the sum of alpha prices above $1. So these are the stuff that's coming out. But we're seeing a very active social media page that was posted yesterday. More stuff posted yesterday. So here we are. And look, the incentive layer, a Bittensor documentary you can watch if you want to, with AI waves on it to go through. But again, we're seeing a very active social media page here and a lot of engagement there. And more importantly, I just want to take you back to the fact that if we go on a smaller time frame, a nice little dip down. Now, this is usually a final entry point. Now, some could interpret this as, oh, it's going to the floor. This is usually the point. A nice little drawback like this at this price usually could well indicate a big move. And the signs, according to Grok and the prompt, are coming up that way, my friends. So there you have it. That is Bittensor TAO. That is Bittensor TAO, my friends. And that is my new prompt that is showing these two projects that are about to pop. Now we'll find out, won't we? Because I've got the prices up here and I've got the date stamp on it. So let time be the judge of whether this is a good call or not. So this will either go down as an experiment gone wrong in my AI prompting with Grok 4, or this could be cutting edge. Let's see. Let us see, my lunatic friends. I'm sitting here on a Lunar Café just playing with AI prompts. Is it lunacy or is this cutting edge? We'll let you be the judge. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please do subscribe to the channel for more of the same. And if you'd like another video, you'll find that just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.